Right, look, wanted to touch base on one thing. We've had a couple of comments in terms of why last couple of vlogs haven't really been, you know, too many narrowboats. Well, I don't want to bang on about this, but until our house is sold and the cash is in the bank, we are not going to raise our own levels of expectation and go view boats. Yeah, we may come across a boat that we fall in love with and it goes. So, and we've also probably not done a great job, folks, of saying or suggesting that this journey, mortar to water, is exactly that. It's the entire journey. So we're kind of making no apologies for the lack of narrowboats on the weekly vlogs, or you know, every other one or whatever. But we're really trying to take you guys along with us on our journey in terms of the emotions and everything else that goes with it. What we will do is obviously keep it quite centric in terms of water and boats, but it's not going to be narrowboats every week, is it, Mrs. B? Right. Let's go. I like that better look.
No, that's not bad, are they?
Oh, that's not bad.
Ice in the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what everybody
If
does, isn't it?
well-decked Diaries come over, I think they'll be bringing their own glasses. I don't know where they got those from. Is that a big tiller or is that a big tiller? Is it a tiller? Did you miss us? First things first. The revelation from last week was we promised. I am allowed a Pullman dinette.
You'll get a kick out of this one.
Personally, I really like the Pullman style dinette.
I'm not keen on any sort of dinette. I'm not keen on any sort of dinette. I'm not keen on any sort of dinette. Whether it's a Pullman or whatever it is. Personally, I'm really not keen on them at all.
Yes! This lady continues to be a rock star, superstar, and my wife. She, Mrs. Bonville, has succumbed to the Pullman dinette.
I'm not keen on any sort of dinette. Whether it's a Pullman or whatever it is. Personally, I'm really not keen on them at all.
Right, we are in. In fact, where do you think we are? I'll tell you in a minute.
Just pan down to my bum bag. I'm struggling. Look.
Try and do an introduction.
Just pan down to my bum bag. Look, how am I supposed to zip that up? I've got me Donny Osmond and we've got masks now because it's mandatory. Right. So yeah. I come out with some masks.
Thank you very much for all your lovely comments on last week's vlog. Really appreciate it. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. Give us a like, drop us a comment below because they really help the little channel. Maybe think about subscribing and following Mrs. Bonneville on social media because it's all free until she starts a Patreon. Right, we are in, we'll tell you in a minute, but that was a revelation. Pullman dinette. Pullman
yes.
Dinette. The viewings last week, I think, convinced Mrs. Bonneville that it is the right decision. We're going to have to decorate the Pullman dinette.
I'm going to tweak it and make it.
She's going to tweak it
and make it unique to us. I'm not quite sure how, but I'll do something.
Anyway, goodbye. My arm's hurting as usual. So we will see you in a minute, and we'll let you know where we are. But have a look. Hebden Bridge, which is, of course, got the... What canal's it got running through it, my love?
Rochdale.
It's got the Rochdale Canal running through it. We're just going to have a little wander over to the Rochdale Canal in a minute. But we are in wonderful Hebden Bridge. Mrs. Bonneville has already done a few pieces to camera, which I'll clip in. We've not been here before. I know she's just talked about this very, very old structure here. That looks pointed to my wife.
Yeah, I'm not an old structure, thank you.
Anyway, we're going to have a wander around Hebden Bridge and then go down to the canal. And I think Mrs. B said we've had a lovely breakfast as well.
Oh, it was really nice. Who would put hummus with bacon and eggs? Right. 500 years old. Yes, you heard me. 500 years old. Can you believe that? And it replaces another bridge. So there's been a bridge there for longer than 500 years. Amazing.
Anyway, this vlog This vlog's going to be a little bit, well, as usual, it's going to be boat centric. Are we still frustrated boaters? Yes. How's the house sale going? Fine. This vlog's going to be a little bit left field. We are going to spend some time talking about essentials for the boat. So what we need to move on to the boat. So in no particular order, that's what this vlog will cover off and will be about. We planned on just going straight to the canal, the Rochdale Canal, and just having a little wander around. But Mrs. Bonneville said, look, let's come and have a look at Hebden Bridge. Wonderful. It is a lovely, lovely little town. I'm going to say, we're only 30, 40 miles away from where we currently live. Look at her. Social media. Anyway, we may do some more filming in and around Hebden Bridge. If we do, fantastic. If we don't, we'll see you down at the Rochdale Canal. Right, see you in a minute. Look, there she is. She's just crazy for the social media stuff. Give her a follow. Please give her a follow. All right, bye. We're stood outside an estate agent's, and I've never seen a canal boat that's been marketed and sold in an estate agent's window. Is that a sign of the times? Wow. Canal boat for sale in an estate agent's. That's really, really... Well, I think that's... I don't know how I feel about that. A canal boat for sale, or for sale in an estate agent's. Well, you know what I'm going to say? Comments below. So, just literally walked down the High Street Hebden Bridge, and we are at Bridge 17 on the Rochdale Canal. And guess what? You get that immediate feeling of peace and tranquility. It's just lovely. Well, ignoring the scaffolding behind me. It's like someone's just turned on the taps.
That's the mistake.
It's like someone's turned the tap on. Why did that happen? Help. Obviously, when we come down the canal, we're very, very respectful, because folk, well, they're living on these boats, but it's absolutely lovely. I don't think we've been to a canal towpath yet, Mrs. B, where we've not gone, oh. Do you think that oh moment, does it last forever? I don't know. Oh, there's a big, oh look, there's a wide beam in front. I don't think Mrs. Bonneville really over us not getting a wide beam initially, but she's coping well. I'm getting a Pullman. Can you believe that? I'm getting a Pullman dinette. She's allowed me to go for me Pullman dinette. She's a rock star. I love her dearly. She really is. Right, let's go and have a little look what's going on up here. Surprised hasn't said £5 a shot. Right. Let's crack on. We haven't forgotten, by the way, what we're talking about vlog-wise today. It's just that if you do and have stuck around, you know we're a little bit unstructured. Intentionally so. Actually, a lot of thought goes into these. Believe it or not. Is Bonneville laughing at me? Can't wait for hand the mantle over. See what Mrs. Bonneville comes up with, shall we? We like a good chimney here, by the way.
Yeah, look at this chimney. Imagine having that outside your front garden. Whoa, huge.
That's a chimney. That's a chimney. Right, off into the centre again. Into the centre. We've just missed a boat leaving its mooring. Gutted. Never mind. That'll be us one day. We'll be filming ourselves leaving a mooring. Just try to visualise the trauma. Answers on the postcard. Is that a big tiller or is that a big tiller? Is it a tiller? Mrs. Bonneville, she's off. You join us. Nothing's changed, by the way. Look, Mrs. Bonneville's still on social media. You join us a few days. You join us a few days later at Marple, and look, we've actually brought with us today. There you go. We're actually going to walk down by the towpath and talk about the essential items that we think we're going to need to buy to get us kind of up and ready, up and going as such for the boat. But as I say, oh look, that's a good shot. Look. Oh, I like that. What that is? Well, finally, I get to add some value. Bridge 18, Posit Bridge. That's all I know. That's all it says in here. It just says that Bridge 18 in Marple is named Posit Bridge. I think I'm going to really like using these. I think Mrs. Bonneville's going to get a little bit annoyed because I might start to take over the history element. That was me looking at Mrs. Bonneville.
Why I order?
Maybe not. Anyway, Bridge 18, Posit Bridge, Marple. Onwards. Right, so we thought we'd start with, we'll do a quick countdown. Top 5 things we know we need to get for the boat, just to get us up and running and comfortable. Sofa. Yes, we've looked at sofas. We're going to go and show you right now, because yeah, it's a sofa, and it's at Ikea. Bonneville pumping up the cushions, it's not even ours yet.
Mrs. Sinshaw always says you should put your hand like that.
Please drop us a comment. How do you get a sofa on a narrowboat? Now we know there's companies out there. How do you get a sofa on a boat?
When we went to Ikea the other day, but we went in just solely to look at sofas because we'd heard so many people saying get a sofa because they're nice size and stuff. Oh, we could have bought everything in there. I'm looking at all the pans, we're looking at glasses, we're looking at throws, everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
That's what everybody does, isn't it?
Well-Decked Diaries come over, I think they'll be bringing their own glasses. I don't know where they got theirs from. Well-Decked Diaries, where do you get your gin glasses from? Bonneville will be dropping some cash there. Yeah, as an aside, very quickly, we will be using Ikea for a lot of stuff. So that number 5, a sofa.
Yes.
Yeah, we should have said that we have tried those individual captain chairs. Very nice. We actually sat on one in Midland Chandler's at Mercia Marina, but definitely decided upon a sofa. Right, in at number 4, and these aren't particularly ranked, we're just going to do our 5 that we know we absolutely want. We would like, and we've seen just one, but we know there's others out there. So again, drop us a comment if you can recommend. Towpath side, reclining deck chairs. That's a must. Now we did sit on, or Mrs. B sat on one the other day, I'll clip it in somewhere here. But yeah, that's number 4, towpath side, reclining deck chairs.
Yeah, those that you can put your legs on, the sun into your legs.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, recliner. Yeah. No. Right, there's a boat coming through the locks. We're gonna, I can't even pronounce it. Gongazula.
Gongoozler. What are we?
That's what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Filming it.
Or whatever it is.
There's some lock action going on. Right.
Well,
so that's number 4, reclining towpath deck chairs.
I love a good lock, me.
what little bit we have seen of the Peak Forest Canal, wow, beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. It's really lovely.
Really nice.
And some of the YouTubers that we watch, the boat tubers, it's amazing how many of them have said that the Peak Forest is one of their favourites.
Yeah.
And we can see that, because this is definitely somewhere where we would come into it when we get our boat. And I've just been looking at some of the little facts about this area, and you've got 16 locks, 16 narrow locks that make up this flight, and the flight itself is 209 foot 6 inches. So we've just been saying this because we're coming down, so we like coming down the steps. 209, I can't get my head around that. But as we're coming down, you just think, well, actually, yeah, because it's really steep as you're coming down.
You can see the gradient and the height.
209 feet, 6 inches, that's amazing, absolutely
right.
amazing.
Let's crack on. It's very busy,
Yeah,
and we hope
busy.
the audio's okay because it's very windy. In at number 3, i.e. things we need to buy for a narrowboat. Mrs. Bonneville, what is it?
It's the trolley!
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw that on, what vlog were we watching?
It was Well-Decked Diaries.
Well-Decked Diaries. I think someone had bought...
It was their daughter bought them the trolley, and I can't remember which one it was on, but they'd been to Aldi or somewhere, and she said thank you to her daughter as she's dragging this trolley with all the bags of shopping. So, but I just thought it would be handy when you're taking the rubbish, when you're taking the your laundry stuff, because I know I'm going to have my washing machine and stuff on board, but when we're away from the marina, it's just handy.
And I also think it's going to be handy for when Mrs. Bonneville's had maybe one or two too many gin and tonics on the boat or off the boat, particularly at the pub.
Yeah.
I can just drag her back to the boat.
I can just sit in it.
Yeah, because she
Win-win.
would.
Win-win.
Right, so number 3 is aren't they collapsible?
Collapsible, yeah.
Collapsible
So you
trolleys.
can just shove them in your boot of your car if you're at the marina and you're in the car, or just I don't know, just
Right,
collapse
there you
them
go.
and that's it, really, yeah.
And we continue to enjoy this lovely canal. It's just beautiful.
And the
High
towpath,
peak.
we're just saying that the towpath is
Yeah,
amazing.
towpath is.
Amazing.
I think it's one of those all weather. Anyway, it's one of those towpaths, open for correction, of course. What do we know? But it looks to be one of those that will survive pretty much anything that's thrown at it in terms of the weather. Right, we are going to go and walk down to the aqueduct now, and we will see you when we get to the aqueduct.
Not the viaduct.
Not the viaduct. We've been there. I hope this audio's okay because it's really windy, folks. Right, see you in the aqueduct. Goodbye.
Mr. B,
Yes.
have you ever heard of a lady called Dodie Smith?
Dodie Smith.
Dodie Smith.
Oh, it's one of these marriage-breaking questions. No.
Okay.
Should I?
Well, she was a famous author. And I'm sure she wrote lots and lots of famous books. However, a most famous one was 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, I've not seen that. Only because Mrs. Bonneville doesn't like Dalmatians. She had a bit of a problem with them when she was younger.
And she was born in 1896, and she was born about 20 miles from here in a place called Whitefields. So another famous person. I've never heard of her, but obviously everybody's heard of 101 Dalmatians. So that's a little interesting fact for you.
Funny it's a very good fact. I've got a funny feeling when I hand over the reins to... Sorry, that was the microphone. I've got a funny feeling when I hand over the reins to Mrs. Bonneville for the weekly vlog, it's going to get altogether more grown up, structured and sensible.
I don't know where he got that idea from.
What are you noticing? Look at all the colours in the trees. I mean, it almost looks like autumn. It's not autumn. As I say, time of filming this, folks, it's the end of July. It looks, I mean, look, there's leaves. Let me turn around. Unbelievable. Look at this tree here.
Look, we're walking through.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
2020, remarkable year for many, many reasons.
We'll not forget it, will we?
No, never. Right, I think we're about half a mile away from the aqueduct. Mrs. Bonneville is, actually she's been well behaved so far today. She's about to lose her attention span though, I can tell. Goodbye. Here we are, guys. Mrs. Bonneville, Mrs. Bonneville, I think, just looked over the edge.
Oh,
It's 100 foot. And let's have a little look. Let's see if you can. There it is. It's not. It's no Llangollen, but we're going to walk over it. If Mrs. Bonneville's up for it, what do you think?
It was actually built or open in 1800, and it crosses the River Goyt.
There you
There's
go.
a bit of interesting.
Are we walking over it?
Yes.
Let's go and have a look over it first, though. Let me have a little look. Let's have a little look. Show the viewers. Oh, wow. Mrs. Bonneville is walking over it. Sorry about the audio, by the way, if it's bad. It's very, very windy. But this is lovely. Let me just show you. Obviously, the railway, and as Mrs. Bonneville said, 100 foot down there is the River Goyt. Right. Oh, bless her. I really do respect that. If you've not seen our Llangollen vlog, have a look. That's Mrs. Bonneville saying, "Get me off here." Bless her. Oh, I do love her. Marple Aqueduct, beautiful. Peak Forest Canal. Wow, we can really see why people rave about it, because it's lovely. What is Mrs. Bonneville doing here? What are you doing?
I'm taking this to those little ducks
Oh,
when we go back.
just going to give you a final view of the Aqueduct Bridge, and then we're going to put the camera away, enjoy the rest of this walk, and we're going to take you somewhere rather special for item number 2 and item number 1 in terms of what we've decided we need to get by ourselves as soon as the ink is dry on the house sale. Well done, Mrs. Bonneville, by the way. Do you need a change of underwear?
Got to go back now, yeah. Big time.
Let me just show you one little last view.
Let's get over before those pans.
Right, we have arrived in a little place called New Mills in the High Peak, and we are going to go and have a look for something called the Millennium
I've got walking thing on.
the Millennium Walkway, where we will share our number 2 and number 1, where we will share our number 2 and number 1, i.e. in terms of what we need to buy for the boat. So far we have talked about number 5, the sofa, number 4, collapsible reclining chairs, number 3 was the trolley, number 2 and number 1 to follow in a minute when we find this Millennium Walkway. Here we are at the entrance to the Millennium Walkway. It's pretty impressive. And again, I'm really sorry about the wind noise, but it is quite blustery today. Are we going to walk across it, Mrs. B? Mm-hmm. Right, after you. And on to a well-earned cup of tea, cup of coffee, where we will also reveal our number 2 and number 1. Sounds a bit wrong, that, doesn't it? Look, in at number 2, even though it's not ranking, in at number 2, it's joint. As you can see, we're debating whether we need a little collapsible bike to shoot up and down the towpath for when
We're out on the cut.
we're out on the cut. So that's in at number 2, but jointly is definitely a barbecue.
And
I'm not allowed, hold on a minute, I'm not allowed to have a barbecue at home. So a barbecue, towpath barbecue kit.
why aren't you allowed to have a barbecue at home? You can have one. He's just fibbing.
No, I'm not fibbing.
It lies like a stair carpet.
I don't lie like a stair carpet. Mrs. Bonneville doesn't like me having a barbecue at home in the garden.
You couldn't lie straight in bed.
Anyway, she's going off on one.
Anyway.
Right, in at number 1.
The thermal cooker. If you've ever watched Foxes Afloat, Sean, when he's doing the cooking, it's got like a thermal pot thing, so he'll make something like a curry or a stew, so it's nice and warm. He'll put it in this thermal pot, and it just keeps it nice and hot for hours and hours and hours. You don't plug it in or anything. It just works like a thermostat, a thermos flask, not thermostat.
Yeah. Don't try and recover it, love. You've done very well right up until then. Right, so those are our top 5 purchases that we know we're probably going to need to get just to make our lives a little bit better and a little bit more pleasant whilst on board Narrowboat. We've not named it yet, but we will do.
I nearly did then, didn't
Yeah, right. Then the long walk up was, trust me, it is a hell of a hike up here. Oh, welcome back. Can you? Well, you can't hear it, but it's raining, so we wanted to top and tail this vlog with just a couple of things, if we may. We've touched on it briefly. The end of August, so it's only kind of 3 weeks away, we are going to do our first Mortar to Water podcast. So please, we've got a load of questions already, but please keep them coming. So we're going to record our first podcast in about 2.5 weeks. So pop your podcast questions down below in the comments. Thank you.
Yay.
And we did make a promise a couple of weeks ago that we would do one kind of viewer question each week. We didn't do it last week because we were conscious the vlog was really long. Mr. Steve Jacobs from Northolt has sent in a question, and it's what's made us finally decide, or what point was it, sorry, that we got over the stigma of moving from a house to a boat? Mrs. Bonneville.
Well,
I don't think you've had a stigma about it.
To be quite honest, it never bothered me in the first place. It was the last thing on my mind. In fact, it was Mr. Bonneville. He was the one that was a bit worried about it, and I said, "Well, I never even get a second thought."
Yeah, it's true.
And the thing is, the people that we've spoken to, family and friends and neighbours and stuff, have all gone, "Oh my God, that's amazing! Really? Are you really going to do that?" Nobody's gone, "Oh, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Oh no, you don't.
yeah.
You don't want to get off the property ladder and buy a boat. Oh no, you don't want to do that." Nobody said that. Everybody's been brilliant. But to be honest with you, Stephen, I personally never give it a second thought. I think that's a bit of a hippie in me.
Yeah, you know what? I know you guys obviously don't really know us. You only see us half an hour a week. But Mrs. B is absolutely right. I knew Mrs. B wouldn't have an issue with it. I didn't have an issue with it as such. I know I've referenced it a few times. My only concern was, what will people think? And I don't know why, because I'm not that type of person. I genuinely, in the nicest possible way, I don't wake up to upset anyone. I'm not a nasty person, and I don't really worry about what folk think of me. As long as I do, good by, my fellow human being, I've never really worried about it. But for some unknown reason, there was a little bit of I don't know. This is something we want to do, and this is something we're going to do. So that was it.
Can I just, one other thing? I think what has helped as well, I know you can't see them on YouTube anymore, but we've probably done about 200 motorbike videos. We've toured all over Europe, and that's the adventure in us. So although you're looking at our vlogs now and thinking, oh, you've done, I don't know, 8, we haven't. We've done about 200, but they're all motorbike related. And when we used to tour around Europe and go all over the UK. So we've got that adventure in us anyway.
Yeah.
Anybody that can sit on a bike for 14 hours non-stop in the pouring rain from Luxembourg to Sheffield, that takes some doing, believe me, and that's what we did a few years ago.
Bonneville likes telling you that.
I've got to tell you that, yeah. So the adventure in us, and
Yeah.
I think if you're bikers and all that biker friends out there will know you've got that adventure in you. So
Yeah.
it seemed like the natural step that we weren't going to do anything normal,
true.
if you like.
So, Stephen, thank you for that question. As I say, we will answer a viewer's question each week, but as I say, we are really looking to bank them up for the Mortar to Water podcast. So keep those questions for the podcast coming in.
Yeah.
Drop your questions in the comments. Now, before we do go, sorry to end this vlog in a car, but it is pouring down with rain. We hope you've enjoyed the vlog. As I say, it's has been a little bit, as usual, random, but we just wanted to shout out our, I suppose, 5 items that we're looking forward to buying and we do know we need for the boat. And by the way, we need an awful lot more than that. If
I've got a list like that.
if you've got any comments or suggestions with what we've talked about in terms of kind of, drop them below, because we love your comments, because we're so new on this.
And how did you get your sofa on your boat?
Yeah, how do you get a sofa on a narrowboat? Right, so look, we're going to say goodbye. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell button. It's all free. And you know what I'm going to say? Don't forget to follow Mrs. Bonneville on social media, tweet, Instagram. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
I think that's what they call YouTube gold. That's going in. Do you know, I'd love a tug. No comments. I knew. I'm being serious. There's a tug there. It's not rude. Oh, goodbye. With a colder. Rochdale Canal. And you know who that is. And of course, if you don't know who I am, what are you doing here? Bye. There's goose poo, by the way, everywhere in this towpath. I think there's goose poo in all towpaths. In, on, around. Goodbye.
Just run down to me bum bag. I can't
It's Bonville. It's a plastic owl. It's a plastic owl. We know what it is.
Just tell you what it is.
If she's not in shot, she gets all annoyed with me if she's not in shot. I've got those string things that keep your glasses on. Now I'm 52.
Social media.
I saw that.